Please read the disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor and nothing in this video should be taken as financial advice. The content in this video is for general information purposes only. Please make sure you do your own due diligence and if necessary seek independent professional advice. Thank you. Alright, so to get started, I wanted to just quickly introduce you to the gaming industry, just give you a little bit of background as to what we're actually going to be talking about here. So the gaming industry itself is actually worth around $150 billion per year. It's a huge industry. There's thought to be around 2.7 billion active gamers worldwide at the moment, and that was statistics for 2020. That, I mean, I've heard the CEO of Gala Games saying that that's pretty much like an infinite number. I mean, you know, there's room for everyone in this market. It's a huge market. And what I find really interesting is that 45% of gamers in the USA are actually women. And I imagine that's probably reflected around the world now as well, not just the USA. Gaming really now has become for everyone. It's not really, it used to be kind of the case that it was for, you know, for men or really boys. You know, when I was growing up, the girls weren't really playing computer games. But actually now that's not the case. And especially with apps and, you know, games that are played through Facebook and things like that, there's a lot more choice, a lot more variety of games, and this has definitely seen a boom in the number of female gamers these days. So it's very much that gaming now is for everyone, and I think that's why the numbers are so huge, why there are so many gamers in the world right now. But there is a fundamental flaw, and the problem is with the way the industry has gone is that ownership of games now is pretty much dead. Now I want to just tell you very quickly that I play video games, and I've played one game in particular on my phone that I've played for 2 years now. And in that time, I've spent hundreds of dollars on the game. It's a free-to-play game, but you know, you need to purchase certain things to speed along the game, and there's lots of ways to spend money in the game. And so yeah, I've been roped into spending a lot of money, but I don't actually own that game. That game could be taken from me at any point in time by the developers. You know, they could close my account, or in fact the app store could remove the game entirely and I would lose everything. I can't trade that game. I can't sell any of the things that I've bought in the game. I can't sell the game itself, so I don't really own the game whatsoever. And even if I was to go to a new game with the same developer, so if they launch like a newer version or a new game, the same developer would not actually allow me to transport anything that I've sort of purchased or accrued over time into the new game. I would be starting completely from scratch. So in that sense, I mean, I've enjoyed the game, but I've got nothing to show for it, and absolutely I do not have any ownership or control over the game itself. And this is the way that the entire industry is going. I also own a Series X, which is the new Xbox. That's all going to digital streaming and things as well. I don't even have like a disc or a cartridge anymore. This is the way game ownership has gone in recent years, but I really suspect that it's about to change, and that's what I want to explain to you in this video. So Gala Games then, there's basically, I think what can be considered as a gaming revolution is taking place, and it's still very early days, but I think this is going to be huge. So Gala Games are a gaming company first and foremost, okay? It gives gamers the ownership of their game and any assets that they may buy or accrue over time as well, and I think that's really important to understand that. Not only would you own the game through Gala Games, your own game, you would also, there's ways you can accrue various assets, and there are achievements, and there are something called NFTs, which I'm going to talk about a little bit later. All of these things are not only owned by the gamer, but they're also potentially transferable into other games, or they could be sold. So if a player wants to play a game for, let's just say like in my situation, plays a game for 2 years, they might have accrued some serious assets in that time. If they then quit that game, they can sell the assets to other players, or they can transfer them into a new game. It's entirely up to them, but the point is they have ownership and control over, you know, their own assets. And with Gala Games as well, the game development is also kind of decentralized. So any new game developers can come and use their ecosystem and add more and more games as well. So it's not just great for gamers, it's also good for game developers. And you know, if more developers come in and add more games to the network, then of course that's also beneficial for the gamers, because they have more choice and more ways to use the assets and things that they're accruing in the game. So essentially, a gamer is building up assets which are theirs for life. So they're yours forever. They're recorded on the blockchain, so it's completely decentralized. If you win or buy an asset, they can never be taken away from you because they're not owned by the developer, and that's a crucial point to understand. They're also transferable to other games, or saleable or convertible to real money. So people may actually find that they're gaming for a couple of years and actually they've built up quite a lot of value in that time. And it's not necessarily about becoming like a professional gamer, although I do think there'll be opportunities for people to become a professional gamer more easily with companies like Gala Games. But it's also just getting some value and building value in a gaming account. It's no longer just a case of playing for fun. Absolutely, you know, underpinning all of this is the fact that the games need to be fun and enjoyable, etc. But I really think the big mindset shift will be the difference between just playing for fun and playing for fun and owning the game and the assets that come with that as well. So a bit more about Gala Games specifically then. So I really want to point out that they're a gaming company, even though there is a cryptocurrency that helps facilitate the ecosystem and supports this ownership that I'm talking about. They currently only have one game released, which I've played. It's really good fun, but they've actually got 7 more in development. So this is very, very much a young company, and it's backed by the Gala Coin. So the cryptocurrency uses the Ethereum network. It's built on Ethereum, but they have their own coin, which is Gala Coin. And this, just on the left-hand side here, is one of the future games that's coming out very soon. This is the one I'm most excited about, called Fortified. So that's just a screen grab from that. It's a tower defense game, and they only recently just even shared this screenshot. So it's a little bit away from being launched at the time of making this video. So let me tell you a little bit about the team. So Eric Schiermeier, really interesting individual. He's the CEO. He's also the founder of Zynga Games, and it's quite important to just understand a little bit about Zynga Games. If you've never heard of them before, they're a huge gaming company. So Eric actually co-founded Zynga back in 2007. Just a quick overview on them. They've had over 1 billion people, it's thought, have played their games since inception 2007. I mean, that's just a phenomenal number. Their revenue in 2020 was $1.9 billion. So, I mean, this is a huge company. I should just point out that Eric hasn't been with them for a number of years. He left a few years ago to pursue other projects, and obviously has been involved now with Gala Games for the last couple of years as well. But I mean, Zynga Games are just huge. I've just put some of the games that are in, you know, their gaming network here that you may know of. Farmville alone was a huge game. They've also won all sorts of awards, ranked #1 Game Maker in 2027 and so on. So Zynga Games are an absolute heavyweight in the gaming industry. So if I just go back to the team, so Eric was a co-founder of Zynga Games, and if you look at the profiles, the LinkedIn profiles of some of the other guys in the team, you'll notice that quite a few of the developers, the game developers, have also been at Zynga Games. So many of them have contributed to the huge success that Zynga Games has had over the years and have moved over to Gala Games. I think this is really important to understand that these guys in this team, I mean, there's more than this as well, by the way. People are joining all the time, but these are absolutely top class game developers, and you know, they've got a heavy focus towards game development. Yes, there's a cryptocurrency that helps to decentralize everything and provides the reward structure, but these individuals are game developers that are used to operating and delivering at the highest level. So that really gives me a lot of confidence that the games that are to come, although there is only one currently that's really good, but I'm really confident and excited about the future games as well, because I mean, these guys have got very much a proven track record that they're able to deliver fantastic games. So just so that everything kind of fits into place a little bit with how the ecosystem's likely to work going forwards, I thought I put this graphic together to explain that in the past what was happening is that you'd have your gamer over here. So here's Steve, he's a gamer, and in the past you'd have Steve would basically be paying money to Gala Games in let's call it the old model, where, you know, Gala Games would just have been the developer and would be, you know, the one that would take all the profit and everything from the gamer. They would just be paying money over to Gala Games. In this new model, what's happening is you've got a cryptocurrency here, which is the Gala Coin. And just if we just start with Gamer Steve here, he's playing the game and he's going to be receiving small amounts. Maybe he's winning some tournaments and he's receiving some coins into his wallet. He might also have a little bit of spare money that he wants to just buy some coins because he wants to sit and have the ability to use those coins within the game, or buying NFTs. NFTs, as I say, I'm going to be talking about those in more detail a little bit later on, so don't worry too much about exactly what they are. I'm going to explain that in a couple of slides' time. But he can buy NFTs with the coins if he wants to, and he can hold those. He can use those in the game. So he's in control, and there's a very good chance over time he's going to be accruing some coins in his wallet as well as NFTs, and all of this is happening just while he's playing the game. And we've also got over here, we've got Sarah, who's a noder. I don't know if that's even a word, but she basically owns a node, so let's call her Noder Sarah. She's very busy. She doesn't have time to play video games, but she likes the idea of the company, so she's purchased a node. And she's basically getting quite large sums of Gala coins dropped to her wallet all the time. And also, as a node owner, she's also getting dropped random drops of NFTs into her wallet as well. So she has the choice with those NFTs. For example, she could trade them in, she could sell them back, so she could maybe sell them over to Gamer Steve here to make some money on that NFT, or she could hold it because they are valuable items that might well appreciate in value. And so the important thing to understand from this ecosystem is that you don't have to be a gamer to benefit, but gamers are absolutely going to benefit, especially over a long period of time. They're going to be accruing assets, but there's plenty of room and there's plenty of opportunity for node owners. There is also, I guess, a third person that could be added to this, and that's someone who's maybe just wants to buy the coins. Maybe they don't have sufficient funds to buy a node, but maybe they just want to buy and hold a few coins without even playing the games. Again, they could be quite happily fit into here. I think the important thing though is really this ecosystem survives really without Gala Games. Now, Gala Games obviously are important for providing the games themselves, and in the short term they're very important, but over time I expect that more developers will come in and start adding new games that will sort of fall into this ecosystem here. So it could well be that I've put them Gala Games just in brackets up here. Whilst they're quite important for now for getting things up and running, in time there might well be other game makers that we can add to this up here that are plugging in games, and then this ecosystem just grows and grows and grows. So there's so many ways that people can get involved in this, and look at this guy. So basically I sit somewhere in between. I'm going to be playing the games and I own a node as well, so that's the way that kind of I want to be interacting. So there's really room for anyone and everyone to get involved in this, as long as you kind of understand and you kind of like the concept and you want to help support Gala Games. There's so many different ways that people can get involved in this. So let's just get this slide off and move on, shall we? So if you're just a gamer at this point, I would suggest maybe just register an account. I've put a link below this video to register a free account. Why not check out what Gala Games has to offer? Because I really think that playing games without ownership is going to just become a thing of the past. So why not get started? I mean, certainly now when I play the game that I've been playing for 2 years, it just kind of feels meaningless now. And as soon as a few more of the games start getting put onto the Gala network, I'm just going to be focusing all of my gaming efforts into the Gala Games network. So you can get started straight away, and you could try Town Starsea if you like that one. And this is a screenshot from Mirandus, which is a new adventure game that's coming very soon that looks very, very exciting. There's a lot of hype around Mirandus. So just to recap very quickly for those of you that want to get involved from a gaming point of view, they're a very, very strong company. They've got an excellent track record and the expertise, I think, to deliver some fantastic games in the future. There's some amazing incentives for gamers. You can play the games to earn incentives. You can refer your friends and other communities of gamers and earn rewards for doing so. And this is going to be a very, very fast growing gaming community. So, I think the sooner gamers start with this, I think the better to start building up some game equity there. Okay, so what about for those that maybe want to buy some coins, or the node owners, so people that may be thinking about, okay, I can see some potential in this. If I was to buy a node like I have, then what's in it for those that own nodes? So by owning a node, you are basically getting a license. It's not like buying like a master node as we do with yield nodes, where you buy a certain number of coins, like a very high value of coins, and you're staking those coins. This isn't the same as proof of stake. What you're doing is you're purchasing one node and getting one license in return. That license will then pay rewards on a daily basis. So the rewards currently are the Gala coins, and randomly they drop NFTs as well. There are NFTs being dropped every day, but it's a fairly small number, so it's kind of like a bit of a lottery when it comes to NFTs. So as a node owner, you're certainly going to be accruing a lot of Gala coins, and over time you might just be lucky enough to get some NFTs drop into your wallet as well. So basically there is no mining of Gala coin or proof of stake, as I just mentioned. At this current time of making this video, that's the case anyway. So the way that coins are released is through nodes at the moment, although the company themselves are retaining coins, and some are being released as like game incentives and game rewards and things. But the best way of receiving very good volumes of coins is through owning a node. The coins paid out for node owners, the amount does depend on the number of live nodes each day. So basically, when you quickly need to set up your node and it needs to run for 6 hours a day, and once it's run for 6 hours a day, you've then qualified for that day's drop. So it depends how many nodes have actually qualified with the 6 hours. There's like a fixed amount of coins that's released each day, and obviously that's divided up by the number of total nodes that were live on that day. There's a total number of 50,000 of these founders nodes, so they're in limited supply, and it may sound a lot, but actually they've already sold 24,459. That's literally just from like within the last hour I've got that, but by the time you see this video it will be higher. They're selling more and more all the time, so I've no idea what it will be exactly when you watch this video, but if you join the Discord group for Gala Games, then there is a room there about Gala nodes where you can find out firstly the price, but also the number that have sold so far. But they're pretty much halfway through already. I still consider this company is so young, it's so early days for this company. To have sold almost half of their founders nodes, I think is absolutely phenomenal. That just shows how much community support there already is, having only released one game so far. I think people really see the potential for this. And so the price, it is fixed to a US dollar price, but the price is going up $100 for every 100 nodes sold. So I paid $7,200 for mine. That price is now gone. The price of nodes is going up, and again, if you want to just know what the price is, just make sure you go to the Discord group and you can get the exact current price. Or it does tell you as well, if you register a free account, you can see the price through your free Gala Games account as well. Now, the nodes themselves are not currently tradable. What they don't really want people doing, the idea of a node is to be supporting the network and helping this company get off the ground and get going. They don't really want people just buying them and flipping them. So the idea is not to buy it and hold it for a month and then just try and sell it on for a profit. So holding a node should really be considered as like a long-term thing. I mean, really, because of the way the coins are dropped, I don't really know why anyone would particularly want to cash out, but you never know. You may have reasons that you wanted to get back the money that you bought one for. So they do have a 7-day refund policy. It's not like they just don't want people to be able to get out of it if they do purchase a node. But as I say, they just don't want like really fast trading of these nodes. That's really not what they're designed to do. Another benefit for node owners is that you would receive voting rights. So as a node owner, when strategic decisions need to be made by the company and they want to put it out to the community, it's the node owners that will have the voting rights to decide on sort of future projects and future developments for the company. So that's a really nice little benefit. It's actually very quick and easy to activate and run a node. So don't worry, you don't need any kind of crypto experience. You don't need any technical experience. It's literally just sort of a few clicks of the mouse and it's up and running. The nodes themselves can run on a PC, a Mac, or a cheap VPS. You don't need particularly strong computer capabilities at the moment. I don't think it works on mobile. In fact, I'm pretty sure there's no way of operating it on a mobile. So you do need it on some kind of like dedicated PC, Mac, or a VPS, as I say. And I just let it run 24/7. It's just basically a small piece of software that logs in and registers the fact that you've got the node active, and it has to hit that minimum 6 hours per day. But that's why I don't take any risks. I just leave it running 24/7, and each day I've been getting a coin drop for doing that into my Gala Games wallet. So yeah, you don't need any kind of crypto experience. I do have some bonus content anyway on kind of how to get it set up and running, but it's really straightforward. It only takes a few minutes. So I've talked about NFTs numerous times in this presentation so far. I appreciate many of you may not have heard of NFTs before. So NFT stands for non-fungible tokens. Okay, so non-fungible tokens are used to create verifiable, i.e. on the blockchain, artificial scarcity in digital domain, as well as digital ownership. It's so important to understand that the way NFTs work is that they create a decentralized and basically undisputable, firstly, record of an item and its scarcity, and also the ownership of that. So if something is created, even though it's a digital property, an NFT allows it to be verified as a genuine item. So it can't just be copied and, scammed. You can't just create something and pretend it's worth a high value because it looks like something else. It's 100% verifiable, and the ownership of it is also verifiable. This is all decentralized using the blockchain. So here we can see NFTs are used in several specific applications that require unique digital items like crypto art, digital collectibles, and online gaming. So I've got this description from Wikipedia, but I've got some examples here. So some of them are just like pictures, these NFTs. Others have got like a use case. So in the gaming industry, for example, unique items that have been minted into NFTs do actually have some use in a game, and that can add value, but they don't necessarily have to have like an application for a gamer. They don't need to be usable in that sense. It could just be a piece of art. So there are pictures like this one here of this kind of flying cat. That one sold for $600,000. Now you could copy that. Like I say, I mean, you could probably sit on some very basic Sketcher software and just actually create that yourself. You wouldn't be the registered owner of that and have the actual official rights to use it. So that's the key thing here. If you think of a work of art in the real world, something that you can actually hang on your wall, that is a unique piece of art, and you can verify that because you can see it. You can have it certified, etc. So that that one piece of art is the only one in existence. It's by a famous painter, and therefore it has a huge value. Well, this allows the same kind of verification process. So anything that's actually an NFT has that same level of certification, and that's why they're selling for so much. This one here, I mean, it's just the most basic picture you would ever see. It sold for $1.6 million, this particular image here. So this is it might be a new concept to you. It might be a fairly new sort of idea, but actually I think this is going to be huge. This is just going to be part of everyday life soon. Certainly it's already big in the art world, but the applications for gaming are also huge. So what I've put here, this image here is actually a citadel, which is for a game Mirandus, which is being currently developed by Gala Games. So this is one of the new games that's going to be released very, very soon, and it's not actually released yet, but yet this citadel, which is an NFT for Mirandus, sold for $800,000. This is a game that's not even been released yet, but these NFTs are already selling for huge values. Okay, so now that we understand more about these NFTs, let's just have a look. This is the marketplace, which you can see again. If you register a free account for Gala Games, you can see these in the marketplace. These are some of the Mirandus NFTs. So the Citadel, I think this might be one of the ones that I've just pointed out there. These ones are showing as sold out. Again, just a reminder, this game hasn't even launched yet, and already some of these valuable items that can be used in the game are already sold out. So I really wanted to point this out because you may not understand why someone would pay $800,000 for an NFT, but I think it's sufficient to know that they are doing that. These are extremely valuable. And there are ones that are selling for less, of course. There are smaller ones. There are items that you can pick up for, maybe just a few dollars instead. So they're not all hugely expensive items, but it's the rarity and the fact that you have verified ownership of them that adds significant value. So if there's only one or two of an item, obviously they've got more value. Whereas some items, there will be items that Gala Games release hundreds of, and those might have a smaller value. But it doesn't just depend on the scarcity; it also depends on how usable they are as well within the game and how valuable they are. But I mean, if you look at some of these items here, some of these items have got a price tag of nearly 2,000 Ethereum. I don't know if you can quite see that, but the value, this middle value here, 1,940, for example, that's the cost of Ethereum. So there's huge value in these NFTs, and don't forget that NFTs are being dropped randomly. I wouldn't have thought there'll be any of these very high item ones, but there will be certainly ones that are of value. I know some that have been dropped for thousands of dollars, and again, node owners have the choice. They could either sit on those because they think they might go up in value, or they might want to just sell them on the open market. There are places where you can sell them, and again, I'll put some bonus content together for where you can sell NFTs. So just to summarize the opportunities that might be available as a node owner. So nodes are very easy to run, so you can just set and forget it. I just left mine running on a VPS. Once I set it up, it took me just a couple of minutes, and I've just left it running so that the coins just drop into my account every single day. So there's no proof of stake or mining currently on the coins, which I think is a big positive for node owners, because node ownership is the way to really secure a quite significant amount of coins in your wallet. The rewards are paid out. It's pretty much a fixed amount of coins that are paid out and distributed to the node owner network every day. These rewards don't rely on any kind of sort of trading, and it's totally passive. You can also own multiple nodes. I don't think I've mentioned that yet. So you can have as many nodes as you want to. NFTs are randomly awarded every day, so they are paying out NFTs on a daily basis. They're just dropped at random into people's items that day. There's a new game, specific coins, coming soon. So far I've talked about the Gala Coin itself. What they're looking to do, particularly with the more successful games, Mirandus is one I think that this could happen. They'll have their own coin for those actual games. So each game might have its own coin. They just mentioned this recently, so I don't know exactly when or how it will happen. And node owners, again, will be the ones that will be receiving those coins. So I bought my node actually just on the basis that I was going to get Gala Coin, because I really like the look of Gala Coin and I think it's got like a strong future. But actually, I might end up with several different types of coins being dropped into my wallet every day going forwards. And also in the future, what's going to happen with the nodes, I think this will happen once all 50,000 nodes have sold. They'll then be minted into NFTs. So again, it's why it's important to understand the nature of an NFT, because as a node owner, your license will eventually be transferred to an NFT, and at that point, that's when it can be sold. You've got a very rare item that there's only 50,000 of, that has a significant value because of the rewards that it pays. So the way I think about my node is that not only is it paying me daily rewards, but I will also at some point in the future be able to sell that if I want to. I would probably just sit on this for the long haul, but if I wanted to trade out of it, then once it's minted into an NFT, that's the point at which I could sell it on in an open marketplace. So how much exactly does a Gala node make in terms of rewards? Well, it's complicated, and there's a few factors that actually will influence this. So the actual number of coins you get each day does depend on the number of active nodes. So the number of coins getting each day does vary, but it's certainly a good amount of coins that we get for that. And obviously, if you're trying to calculate like a dollar value or something, then it does obviously depend on the Gala Coin value itself, which I'm going to look at just in a moment, the actual the Gala Coin. And of course, the returns depend on whether you've got NFTs earned and things as well. So what I'm going to do, because there's there's kind of a whole conversation to be had around this, rather than getting into too much detail in this video, because I'm just trying to give an overview, please visit my website and make sure you get additional information on this, because I'm going to put a separate video on the calculation and looking at potentially what the returns could be. Nothing's going to be guaranteed anyway, but I just wanted to break it down a little bit so that you can better understand the benefits of owning a node. Okay, so let's just have a look at Gala Coin itself. Obviously this is going to be important if you're either wanting to speculate on the coin and just buy and hold some of the actual coins, or potentially if you're looking at node ownership. I mean, potentially if you're just thinking of as a gamer as well, you obviously want the coin to do very well as well, even if you're just a gamer. So the Gala Coin, this screenshot was taken very, very recently. I've put the date on there. It was the 9th of March 2021. Obviously, this is a screenshot and you should go and check for the up-to-date value. But I just wanted to walk you through what it's done so far up to this point of making this video. So the market cap is $213 million. So that's a pretty good market cap. It's still very, very early on though. Don't forget, I mean, we're at the point where there's only one game here. The reason I actually like Gala is because it's in the early stages. You can see the price has actually gone significantly from way under a cent a coin. I mean, down here it was about 0.001 of a dollar, and it's very quickly jumped to where it's now at around 3 cents per coin. So the coin itself has still got a very low value, but this is why it's really important to look at the actual company itself and the community around it, and where we think it might go. Obviously this could just drop. I mean, if the company fails over the next year or so, then you know this could easily drop to zero and be worth nothing. But if they continue to do well, then of course, you know, 3 cents a coin is absolutely nothing. That's really small fry in the crypto world. I'm going to just draw a quick comparison as well. So Gala Games aren't actually the first gaming company in the crypto space. The first one was this Engine here. So Engine Coin, they're much more established. They've got a lot more games. So Engine Coin has done very well so far. Its market cap is significantly higher. It's actually $1.4 billion. So that gives you an indication of how much further ahead they are. But their price is $1.72. So Engine are the guys that are more established. You can see here the price has absolutely skyrocketed again. So they were actually at around the 20 to 30 cents per coin mark for quite a long time, and then they've just jumped recently to $1.72 per coin. And they're the kind of parabolic moves that you can expect to get from, you know, good quality companies in the crypto space that are offering genuine value to people. And so Engine for me is really one, you know, I really like Engine. I think they're a great company, and they're also disrupting the gaming sector as well, which I'm fully supportive of. For me, I see an opportunity for getting in early though with Gala. So that's why I'm talking about Gala while it's still at just 3 cents a coin. I'm not saying that it will go up to like $1.72. I have no idea what will happen in the future. But if the roadmap works out well, if these new games that are being released are widely adopted within the gaming community, you know, this could easily see a significant jump in price. But because it's early days, of course, there is a risk in that. So we don't know what's going to happen in the future. Obviously, the price has already done well so far, just I think based on the team that's around this and the prospects of future games to come. But even just the release of new games, just the news of release of new games could be really good on price of the actual Gala coin itself. So I want to just make sure that I'm responsible with the way I talk about things. So the considerations and limitations as I see them. And keep in mind that obviously the information that I'm providing is accurate on the day that I've made this video, but all of this is subject to change. So don't just take the facts in this to still be accurate, because they may have changed by the time you watch the video. But some of the limitations that I think are the first, that if you own a node, you do need to run that. So you do need either a VPS or a dedicated PC. It's not enough just to kind of hold it. I mean, some people might just be holding it, the license, just because they think the value is going to go up, and they're not actually using it for to kind of help support the network and actually earning the daily coin drop. But I think it would be silly to buy a node and not have it active. So you do need to think about that. The nodes are not designed to be flipped and traded just at this time. You can get a refund, but just bear in mind that it could be something that you have ownership for many months or even years before they're actually minted into NFTs. The NFTs will only be able to be sold on certain platforms. So there are marketplaces for these NFTs, but you just need to keep in mind that there's probably only going to be a small number of places that you could actually trade that. But those places are well established, they're trustworthy, and you know they are transacting huge volume of NFTs. So I don't think it's necessarily a problem that you've got to go to a platform to sell it. It's more just the fact that there's only a limited number of places to be able to do that. I will be, in some of the bonus content, I will be providing ways that you can actually sell NFTs. There is regulatory risk because there's a cryptocurrency behind this. You know, the whole crypto space. There is a risk around regulation and what will happen in certain countries with the regulators. So that's just always something to keep in mind. That's not just specific to Gala Games, but regulators may step in and restrict or even ban the use of certain currencies or all cryptocurrencies. It is a bit of an uncertain that you just need to keep in mind. When you receive the daily drop of coins into your Gala Games account, you then need to actually transfer them to your wallet. And in order to transfer the coins, you do have to pay the gas fee, which is basically like a small transaction fee. So to actually withdraw and take ownership of the coins, you do need to pay that fee. So one thing that I would suggest if you do end up buying a node is to just take the coins every few weeks. I'm looking to take them every month. So that you only pay one gas fee. If you were taking the coins to your wallet every single day, you would find that the gas fees are really, really high. So just save up some coins over weeks or months, and then just transfer them over to your wallet every so often, just to significantly reduce the gas fees. I think they are looking at ways, by the way, to actually get around these gas fees in the future. So it might actually be by the time you watch this video in a few months' time, that there's very little or no gas fees to worry about. If you're buying multiple nodes, so if you wanted to buy more than one, that's absolutely fine, but you do need dedicated machines or VPNs or VPSs even for each one. So let's just say you went and bought 5 nodes. You couldn't just run those 5 nodes on one computer. What you would need to do is you'd need to set up either 5 individual PCs or just get 5 different VPSs. Each one would need to run a node. The idea of a node is that you are contributing something to the network and you are helping the whole sort of infrastructure. So it kind of defeats the point to have 5 nodes running from one computer. Also, just remember always that the price of nodes is going up. So the price that I've given in this presentation will already probably be invalid. Check out the price in either the Gala Games Discord group or within your free members account. Will tell you what the current price of a node is. And just actually looking forward to the next sort of 25,000 nodes that are sold because of the incremental increase. It looks like the final actual nodes will sell for tens of thousands of dollars. It might even be as high as around $30,000 for the final node to be sold at. So whilst that kind of, I guess, might add an opportunity for those that are buying it for significantly less than that, it's also a risk for those that get in towards that back end, that there's people that have been holding them for a lot longer that have gotten them for a lower value. When they're minted to NFTs, I suppose we don't know what the value will be at that time. It could be less than the 30,000 or whatever dollars the last ones are sold for. It could be significantly more. We really don't know that, but there is a risk in that uncertainty really of what the nodes will be worth. Of course, a lot of that will depend on the value of the coin itself and how Gala Games are performing. So all these factors do make it a little bit more complex and should certainly be considered. And so just to recap as well on, I guess, the roadmap of what's to come and what this company I think are going to do. So there's 7 new games in development, which for me is like the most hugely exciting part of it. Mirandus and Fortified are 2 that they've already talked about and have released some screenshots for. They look really, really good, and I think they're going to be huge. There's huge potential for other game developers to come into the network. I suspect there may already be discussions going on, and it would only take a well-known gaming developer to sort of back this and drop some games in, and you will really see this community start to grow and everything around the community start to go huge. There's going to be the release of game-specific coins. So games like Mirandus, for example, might have their own coins, which is fantastic. And especially if you're a node owner, those will be getting dropped to them. And they've also talked about decentralizing the actual game playing and the game hosting. So again, this might be something where node owners will be able to assist the network by offering very small amounts of sort of computing power to allow them basically to move the games away from one central server in the USA to kind of distributing, so that I'm based in the UK, and as a node owner I might be able to just allow a small amount of computing power to be put into the network to allow people just local to me to be able to access the game using my node essentially. Now that was just something that's been released very, very recently that they're that they are potentially looking to do this. I don't really have much detail on it. I don't think that it will require very much computing power at all, and I think maybe not like the absolute cheapest VPS out there, but I think like just still a very low cost VPS would be able to provide the amount of capability that we'll need if and when they do look to do this. So it's not like people would need to run servers, and I also think that anyone that's contributing resources to the network will also get bonus drops as well. So I think that's potentially how it will work, but as I say, that's kind of news that's hot off the press. I will keep this updated on my website as to any news around this kind of thing, and everything else that we discussed as well. So that'll be where the most up-to-date information is for anyone that's unsure on that. So I'm also providing some bonus content. It's not so much that it's a bonus, it's more just additional content. So the idea is that what I want to do is just make sure that from the point where you've sort of registered an account, and no matter where you want to go from there, whether it's just gaming or whether you want to refer people or whether you want to get involved and buy a node or whatever, that I'm trying to just help people walk through that process and understand it a little bit more. So I've got this initial content, which is the overview and the introduction to it all. You don't need to do anything in order to actually get the bonus content, and I'll even link to it from the web page that has all this introductory content. So anyone can access it at any time, but it is aimed at just helping you through once you've registered your account, as I say. Basically what I'm going to be putting on there is a guide to setting up a node. So as I say, it's very simple and straightforward, but more than happy just to show an over the shoulder on how to actually do that for anyone that's maybe a little bit concerned or wants to know how to do it. I'll put a link to a Facebook group you can come and join. There's a few hundred of us in this Facebook group. We're all node owners, so we're talking about the company and our nodes and things like that on the Facebook group. There is also a Discord group as well, which I'll link to make sure you get on the Discord group, because that's a big community there, and there's all sorts of news and things going on through that Discord group. I will be putting some additional content about the referral program, which I'm going to talk about just in a moment, but I'm going to talk in more detail on the sort of bonus content page or the additional content page about how that referral program works, because it's really quite exciting. I'm going to be talking about how to sell your Gala coins and also how to sell your NFTs. So, for those of you that are really kind of new into the crypto space, I don't want anyone being worried about, what do I do with these coins, or how do I get rid of an NFT or whatever. I'll provide guides on how to do that. And really, if other things crop up that people aren't sure of, people email me. I will be adding more content to this as well, by the way. I just want it to be a useful resource for everyone, really, no matter whether you're quite advanced or an absolute beginner. I just want to keep adding to this page of content. And yeah, I really just want people to help grow this community. I think this is going to be fantastic. I'm looking forward to playing these games and being part of this community. And really what I want to try and do is offer all these resources so that if you register a basic account, you can start telling people, you might know gamers or even gaming communities. You could share your link with them. You might know people that you think might be interested in buying a node or buying some coins and holding them and so on. I would please encourage you, share this video, share my introductory page of content, share the bonus content for those that do register an account and want to get set up with everything. Feel free to share it around. Obviously, you'll want to share your link for the referral program. I'm not saying, you need to use my link whatsoever. I just mean I want to help you basically to help this community to grow. That's what this is all about. I think those that are passionate and see the potential here should be helping and should be getting the word out there, but not everyone's got the time to sort of handhold people through it. I'm more than happy to provide the mechanism and the content to get people up and running. So share your link so that they can sign up, but then also share feel free to share as much of my content as you want, because I really just want this project to be a huge success. So I will keep doing whatever I can to help people along with that. So just a very quick point on the referral program. I don't want to go into too much detail, but just to give you an overview of it, you don't need to own a node to refer people that do want to own a node, and that I think is really important. So it all starts with registering your account, so please register an account. If you use my link, I would be hugely grateful for that. But if you want to refer someone that you think might be interested in buying a node, for example, you'll get rewards even if you don't own a node yourself. So you can register a free account and you can introduce someone to buy a node, and you will get a 10 times reward for the daily drop, and you'll get 10% of whatever they're getting. It's not taken from them. It's like it's a 10% bonus paid to you, and they will still get the same amount no matter what. but you'll get a 10% reward daily as well. So how that works is that let's just say the number of coins that are being dropped to each node owner is 1,000. Your reward, you would get 10 times that amount after 8 days. So you would get 10,000 Gala coins for introducing that person who bought the node, and it's paid after 8 days because of the 7-day refund policy. So they might buy it and then they may just decide it's not for them and get a refund. That's fine, but you wouldn't get the reward for that. But on the 8th day, I think it's the 8th day, it's either the 7th or the 8th day, you'll get that 10 times reward of whatever the daily distribution would be for node owners. And then going forwards every day, again, let's just say it's 1,000 coins a day being distributed to each node owner. You'd get 10% of that, so you'd get 100 coins per day for that node owner as well. Which, I mean, that's just a huge incentive. I think it's a fantastic reward and doesn't require anything really other than you just telling people about it and introducing them to the business. The referral program also incentivizes gamers as well. So if you were to sign up and you play the games, I get a reward. It's currently 100 Gala coins for me introducing you, and you will also get 100 as well. Now there are the sort of terms and conditions around that. I think you've got to play the game for 3 consecutive days and for like a certain amount of time. You can't just sort of dip into the game very quickly and then expect to get the reward. You've got to actually kind of be actively playing the game. But that means that you can just introduce gamers or even get the word out there to large gaming communities. If you get dozens and dozens of people and they all start playing the games, then you can expect lots and lots of rewards to be getting dropped into your account. So all this relies on really is just sharing your link around. So that's my link, and my link will be also below this video as well if you want to register an account, and I'd really appreciate it if you did it through me. But just share your link with people, and if someone's referred you to this video, of course, then ask if they've got a link, and if they've not got a link, then obviously feel free to use mine. But it's really that straightforward, and the rewards are fantastic. But more information on that on my website, as I say. So just in conclusion and drawing all of this together, where are we at with Gala Games? So look, we're talking about an industry that has 2.7 billion gamers worldwide. So the potential for growth is absolutely huge. Gala Games, I believe, is an absolutely great company with great people working in it and has a proven track record at delivering games at the highest level. Although, of course, it's still in its infancy. Okay, so we're still very, very early days, but I really have a lot of faith in the people that are in this business. They've only currently got 1 live game, so everything really that's happened so far in terms of the Gala price and everything is based off just 1 game, but they've got 7 in development. And really, I see a time where there's going to be dozens of games basically available within the Gala network. So when I say it's in its infancy, it really is, but it won't be long before this really starts to go very, very big. You can get started today absolutely free. Just register an account and you can start introducing people straight away and getting the word out there and sharing this around. Don't forget that the price of nodes is going up and up. Plus the rewards are also getting watered down, because the more nodes that go active, then obviously that does slightly reduce the daily drop of rewards that are coming. But the price, of course, has grown very, very well as well. So the coins have got a higher value. And of course, there's new game-specific coins to come in the near future as well, which will obviously mean even higher rewards for node owners. And also a reminder that the nodes themselves will become NFTs in the future. So guys, that pretty much covers it. So what do you think? I mean, I'm really interested to know. I mean, do you think that the gaming industry is too big to be disrupted, or do you agree that gamers aren't going to want to just play just for fun anymore, when they can play for fun and start to build up and own their games and potentially accrue assets as well? I've got young daughters. My daughters are just 4 and 7 at the moment. Both of them like to play video games, and I really think that I'm not going to be encouraging them to play games that they have no ownership of, and fundamentally, over time, because my girls are so young, they're going to be able to potentially accrue some significant assets over their lifetime if they just enjoy the games and play the games that they would probably always do in life anyway. But if they stick to one network or a couple of networks that they really like the games for, they could have some serious assets. And it might be for me, if I get some nice NFTs, I might send those NFTs to my girls, and they can use them in their games, and that's a nice way that I can kind of help them out, and you know, it's a nice thing that we can do together. But also, of course, you know, they've got an asset there as well. If I send them an NFT that I've had as a node owner, they could, you know, if they come on hard times later in life, you know, they can sell that asset and so on. So, you know, there's just so much potential for this. But I know not everyone's going to get it, and not everyone's going to think this is, you know, this is necessarily the future. So please tell me in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you and see what you think. Are you going to high five me, you know, like Borat, or, you know, is this one you think, no, I'm not so sure. I really just want to know, hear from you. I love hearing from the community. I appreciate you all so much. So please just, you know, let me know what you think of it in the comments below. Please make sure you also visit my website for the additional content. And if you did enjoy this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. I would really appreciate that. Thanks again for watching, and bye for now.